morning, everybody. It is Monday morning. It is a little bit dreary. It is drizzling in Jasper, but that's okay. Guess what happened yesterday? A beautiful sunny day. Guess what happened Saturday? A beautiful sunny day. And guess what happened at Calvin Farmer Park? The kids got the eggs in record-breaking like 6 minutes. The place was cleaned out. It was so cool. It was so much fun, and I can't wait to show you the drone footage that we've got. We're not going to have it today, but I'll have it on tomorrow. So tomorrow's going to be a day we talk about the Ball Ground Botanical Garden. We talk about the garden club, and we're going to have some folks coming to visit with us, inviting you to the plant sale that happens it's once a year. It's kind of a big to-do. It's a big fundraiser, and it happens right down there by City Hall at the Botanical Garden, and we're going to share that with you tomorrow. But today, if you dressed up, went somewhere, had friends over, ate, whatever, I know you had a great Easter weekend, many of you are going to get to see your photos on the show today, and we're going to share what it's like to look back and to visit and to look at the generations. And I love the photos that have 2, 3, 4 generations in it. That's really cool. I didn't find any photos that had 5 generations in it. So you know what that tells me? The old folks are going away, and many of the old ways are going away too. But I liked the idea that there was a baptizing this weekend, and we're going to share that with y'all. So what better day to get baptized? Are you kidding? Easter Sunday. What a beautiful day. It was amazing how many different areas that we got to get some stuff from. I've got something from Antioch Baptist Church, and I will just tell you, Brother Travis and Alicia, y'all do the perfect music for Christmas, for Easter. It reminded me of White Oak Hills Baptist Church in Atlanta. All the songs, every choice was exactly what we always sang. Things aren't like that anymore. You never know what they're going to sing. But I loved Antioch had the perfect music, and Lee Bridgman leading that music, following in his parents' footsteps. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So yesterday was a wonderful day of friends, family, fellowship, and then there are a lot of people who were shut in, didn't have anybody come to visit. There were neighbors who, may live across the street from the park and don't have family and have no reason to attend events like that. Think about those folks. Maybe cook something extra and take it to them. Do something for somebody else that you know is shut in. This weekend, I got to spend a little bit of time with a very, very special lady who is battling. She's in her early 60s, but she's got so many breathing problems with asthma and different things. And I just thought, wow, how lucky we are to feel well and to be able to get out and go and do things. And I guess that's what life is about. And Mike and Diane Smith were down there, and we were talking to her and just visiting with her. And it was such a blessing to get to see that there, for the grace of God, go you and I. And there are so many people that are struggling. So keep them in your prayers. Guess what else happened this weekend? Baby Xana got to hunt eggs for the first time. Well, she wasn't interested in eggs because a puppy got under the porch, and she was looking for the puppy instead of the eggs. So, of course, she got off track. But you will get to see a couple of photos of her. And you can tell today, because my beautician's out of town this week, when I do my own hair, it's curly, curly, curly. I think maybe Xana got my curly hair. I don't know. I don't know if she got my attitude or not, but she got my curly hair. But you will see she's down squatting looking under the porch because she could care less about the eggs. She wanted the puppy. So I think she's going to be an outdoors girl. I think she's going to be looking for any and everything that she can pull on their ears, pull on their tail, and hope that she doesn't get bit by them. So we'll see. We're going to share those photos. We're going to share some music. And we think about the family circle. Many family circles are broken now. Many family circles didn't make it through COVID. Many family members were lost through COVID. Many generations were lost through COVID. And now we are starting a new era. And as I was looking at these pictures, I could only imagine how many people were gone. And I think about those that are young, in their 40s and their 50s, that COVID got. And now that the whole dynamics of the family has changed. That's happening every single day. We see it all the time. And so those photos become a little bit more special if you have the photos of before and after. And in the photos we're going to share today, we also have a couple of very special anniversary couples, and you will be able to pick yourself out if you're sitting there scrolling through this, because I know a couple down in Jasper that celebrates their anniversary this last day or so. Just a sweet, sweet couple, and so of course we're going to honor them. So many different things happen around the holidays, and again, there's always somebody sitting out there that's lonely, so don't forget those folks, and you know, maybe just run by and say howdy, made a little extra something, and I wanted to drop you off something. It'll make a difference in their life. We're going to share some photos and some music. Then we're going to come back, and I don't know if y'all remember or not, but it is poke salad time. And it's poke salad time. We're ready?
No, we're still loading pictures.
Okay, they're still loading pictures because we have about 500 pictures. So lots of pictures, lots and lots of pictures. But one of the very, very special things I'm going to share when we talk about generations missing, we're very fortunate today to have just a little blip from church yesterday, and it is Pam McRae and her dad and her brother. And I can guarantee you it is a moment that they will be very, very happy was captured by video, and we're going to be able to share that with you. We're also going to be able to share Ellijay Shaw and his mom and sister as they sang a cappella. Absolutely gorgeous, so pretty. And then we're going back to the 70s, and we're going to see something of the Inspirations. Now, this weekend, I got so tickled. I was reading some stuff about the Inspirations, and one of the Inspirations said, I didn't know the Inspirations had a hotel at one time. And I'm like, what? Everybody knew about that place. It's actually where until about 15 years ago, Ronnie would work out of the office there and ship the CDs. If you were ordering Inspiration CDs, Ronnie would go into the office, fill the orders, and take care of that, because it's something that Martin didn't want to have anything to do with. He didn't have time to fool that. He was on a tractor plowing. So, but it was kind of funny to read that story, and one of the Inspirations said, really? They had a hotel? Yeah. A motel? Yeah. They did. They did indeed. This year, the Inspirations will be back on top of the mountain where they were for over 30 years. Even though they don't own the land anymore, they've worked out a deal to have that. And I don't know if it's going to be Memorial Day weekend or a 4th of July. It was always around the 4th of July. And I would say they will probably stick with that. But be sure and check out their website. And if you haven't seen the new Inspirations, it's like the old Inspirations in overtime. It's really, really, really good. These guys are amazing. And they play different instruments, and they're just really, really good. So make plans to do that. I know they were going to be in Rome in the near future, and they honestly, they are. And these are young kids. They're a little bit older than Archie and them were when they started, but these guys are amazing, and they are topping the charts with everything, and they are winning award after award, and I'd say they might be the group of the year. I don't know, but they might be. We'll find out, because it won't be long before the voting goes on. Now, we've been reading some stuff out of Mike Smith's book, and I saw he and Diane this weekend, and we were talking about this, and how some medias will kick you off if you're too religious. They will change the algorithm, and your stuff doesn't go out to people, because there's kind of a dark world out there that doesn't want to hear about Jesus, doesn't want to hear about God, doesn't want to hear the good news. They only want to hear the bad news. And when we were talking about that, I said, it's really, really weird, because I have a friend who writes a daily devotional, and he was kicked off a couple of the social medias because they said, you're too religious. How could we get through this world today if we didn't have a religion to turn to, if we didn't have God to turn to, if we didn't have the hope to turn to? And Mike said, you know, that's really weird that we can't share the good news, but they can tell all the bad stuff they ever want to tell. And if you turn on the TV, you're probably going to hear a lot of bad stuff that you don't want to hear. But again, you can pick up a copy of Mike's book. He's going to be with us in the next week or so. He and Daryl are coming, and it's God Keeps Showing Up. And he does indeed keep showing up. I want to read you a page that I was going to get through the other day, and we didn't make it. But this is, God is everywhere. And you see that every day in your life, because something happens and you go, oh, that was God, that wasn't me. Have you ever wondered where God might be? All of the people who have ever lived throughout all the ages have asked that question. A.W. Tozer gives this answer. God is above, but he's not pushed up. He's beneath, but he's not pressed down. He's outside, but he's not excluded. He's inside, but he's not confined. God is above all things, presiding, beneath all things, sustaining, outside of all things, embracing, and inside of all things, filling. God is everywhere, and he is. And today, no matter what you're facing, and I've read so many posts lately that people are really, really struggling, from heart attacks to lost a couple of folks this week that just, sudden deaths. It's absolutely mind-boggling, but you know that no matter what you're going to be facing, God is going to be there. Now, last week when that young police officer lost his life and his wife with a very, very young child had to stand and do his obituary, I thought about, how do you get through that? Well, you get through it because of the strength of God. And they said that they were very religious, and their priest was talking about how he married them, and they just had a wonderful, wonderful life together, and it was based on the church. And so often that gets you through the times that you think you cannot possibly get through. And then all of a sudden, you'll get through it, and you're like, wow, I made it, I did it. How amazing is that? How cool is that? Well, it wasn't us, it was God, and we know that. We've seen it over and over and over. This week I also heard about another family member who had been diagnosed with dementia, and I thought, you know what? There are so many things that we need to remember, things that they said, things that they did, things that they loved, because one day they won't remember any of that. So capture the moment, capture the videos, sit down and talk to your family, spend time with them. I'd give anything to have more video of my grandmother, because she didn't like to be photographed, and she'd say, oh, put that thing down, and she'd, bless her heart, have her dental mile, a little bit of dental mile sneaking out of her side of her lip, and what I would give for that, but I missed the moment, I missed the moment, and at 89 years old, she didn't even know that I had just come to visit her. And that was really, really hard. It was really hard. So if you're spending time with your mom and your grandma, maybe your dad even, and you realize that they're beginning to lose it a little bit, capture everything you can with your video. We all know what an iPhone will do. So now we're going to share some music with you, but we're also going to share a lot of photos, and a lot of you are in these photos. So sit back, and you'll laugh a little bit, you'll think a little bit, you'll see a baptizing, you will see some anniversary photos, and you will see a lot of you. Here we go.
I was standing by my window on a cold and cloudy day when I saw that hearse come rolling, Lord, to carry my mother away. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Well, I told that undertaker, please drive slow, for this lady that you're hauling, Lord, I hate to see her go. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? There's a better home awaiting all our sins and griefs to bear. What a privilege to carry everything to God in prayer. Oh, what peace we often forfeit. Oh, what needless pain we bear. All because we do not carry everything to God in prayer. Have we trials and temptations? Is there trouble anywhere? We should never be discouraged. Take it to the Lord in prayer. Can we find a friend so faithful, who would all our sorrow share? Jesus knows our every weakness. Take it to the Lord in prayer. Precious memories, unseen angel, sent from somewhere to my soul. How they linger ever near me, and the sacred past unfold. Precious Father, loving Mother, fly across the lonely years, and old home sings of my childhood in fond memories appear. Precious memories, how they linger, how they ever fill my soul. In the stillness of the midnight, precious sacred scenes unfold. Echoes from the past I hear. Old time singing, gladness bringing from that happy land somewhere. Precious memories, how they linger.
Whether you're in the mood for chicken strips, a delicious burger, our classic banana split, or an upside-down thick blizzard treat, we've got you covered. Hot and fresh food every day, every time, and delicious DQ soft serve make the perfect pair at your favorite place. Not fast food, fan food fast. Your Blue Ridge, Ellijay, and Jasper Dairy Queens are your meet, eat, and treat headquarters.
Thank you for choosing DQ. How may I serve you?
Georgia Medical Treatment Center now has 2 locations to bring you the high-quality holistic care you've come to know and expect. We treat neck, back, and joint pain with chiropractic care and injection-based treatment without the need for surgery or prescription painkillers. Our medical weight loss program can also provide relief while ridding your body of toxins, pounds, and inches while improving your overall health. Call today for a free consultation, 770-345-2000, or go online to georgiamtc.com.
You know, how you feel on the inside is just as important to me as how you feel on the outside.
Oh, Daddy.
I'm grown up, is there in every way, care and take care of you. You're my grown up and I know you're there. I'm your grown up and you know I care. 'Cause it's you and me and me and you. So when you are okay or not okay, I'll take care of you.
Misty mountain, rainbow sky, a faraway look in your eye. Tell me, have you had enough? Traffic jams and city stuff. Don't you think it's time to go where black bears climb and waters flow? Hummingbirds out on the deck, feet propped up, and what the heck?
Whether you're swimming in the sea or splashing in the pool, making a masterpiece, or just making memories, writing a great American novel, or writing your term paper that's due tomorrow. Whatever you do in life, Farmers is here to protect it. For all your insurance needs, call Donald Curtis in Blue Ridge.
can't make him stay. Though I've not seen him, yet I believe it, for my heart burns deep inside. Jesus conquered death with victory. Praise God, he is alive. Jesus conquered death with victory. Praise God, he is alive.
They're hail from the mountains of North Carolina. They're loved all across the country. Some of the finest young men that I've ever had the privilege of working with, and I know that you're going to enjoy them, not only in television, but here in the auditorium tonight at Nashville, Tennessee. I want you to make them welcome from Bryson City, North Carolina, the Inspiring Inspirations. How about it? Come on.
The Lord told Joshua to go to Jericho and to march 7 times around. He followed safely in the blessed Lord's command, and the walls came tumbling down. Then the walls came tumbling down. Joshua marched 7 times around. Then the mighty walls came tumbling down, and the walls came tumbling down. If you will trust in the power of the blood, and you hope to wear a crown, just follow safely and obey the Lord's command. Walls of doubt will tumble down. Then the walls came tumbling down. Joshua marched 7 times around. Then the mighty walls came tumbling down, and the walls came tumbling down. There's a river rolling deep and wide. It's rolling. Paradise is on the other side. Yes, heaven is waiting. I'll be so happy there. Never more to roll. Oh, almighty old river to that sweet forever. Let your waves roll gently. Your shores intently. Someday we must cross your boat. So roll on, Jordan, roll on. Roll on, oh liberty, and wide, my hope is on the other side. I'm gonna reach the river, gonna pray the Lord to carry me home. So roll on, Jordan, someday soon I know I'm going home. I'll go in there, I'll see my Savior on his throne. Yes, then I'll see Jesus, I'll be so happy there, never more to roam. Oh, almighty old river to that sweet forever. Let your waves roll gently on your shores intently. Someday we must cross your boat. So roll on, Jordan, roll on, liberty, and wide my hope is on the other side. I want to reach the river, gonna pray the Lord to carry me home. So roll on, Jordan, you're the last old river that I gotta span to reach my mansion in the promised land. Roll on, Jordan, When sin and strife came in my life and took control, I knew that nothing I could do would save my soul. I brought my heavy load of guilt to God in prayer. He laid my sins beneath
and left them there. I'm living, yes, living on higher ground. I know that I'm restless and lonely bound. Since Jesus took my sins away, my life gets sweeter every day. I'm living, yes, living on higher ground. Since Jesus came and took my shame beyond the doubt, I've just begun to see what life is all about. I've moved upon a higher plane where joys abound, and from this mountaintop of love I won't come down. I'm living, yes, living on higher ground. I know I'm restless and lonely bound. Since Jesus took my sins away, my life gets sweeter every day. I'm living, yes, living on higher ground. I'm living, yes, living on higher ground. I know that I'm restless and lonely bound. Since Jesus took my sins away, my life gets sweeter every day. I'm living, yes, living on higher ground.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Well, I guarantee you there's some folks sitting in Jasper, Georgia that know old 6494, Mike Holcomb. He is Junior and Pecola Holcomb's son. He was Hazel Mosley's nephew. And boy, were they proud of that boy. When you think about those kids started at 15 years old, and they have literally, they took the gospel music world by crazy surprise. It was so funny because these kids just stepped on the stage and people were like, whoa. They are still wowing people today. And don't forget the new inspirations. They're a little bit older than those guys were, but not much. And they are out there doing their thing and delivering magical music and the Word of God. So be sure and make arrangements to go see the inspirations, the new inspirations. But never, never, never forget those old guys who started this, and what an amazing journey it's been. Now, it's spring, and we all talk about spring cleaning. You can spring clean out your closet. You can put stuff on eBay. I've been doing a bunch of that. I've got like 118 items on eBay now. You can spring clean your yard. You can clean out your flower beds, or you can spring clean yourself, as the old folks used to say, and they did it with poke salad. The poke salad is about to come up now, and last year we went out here to Harrison Park and gathered a whole bunch of poke salad and did a show cooking poke salad. I didn't eat any of it. I didn't taste any of it. I stood there and smelled it boiling and cooked it and cooked it and cooked it and bagged it. And basically the back of a Denali, the whole back seat, was covered in poke salad, and it cooked down to 13 quart bags of poke salad. It's a lot of work, it's a lot of effort, but folks say it's worth it. So we're going to take you now and show you the best known secret in Ellijay. Shh, don't tell anybody about Harrison Park and all the poke salad. Here we go.
Ready? Lift them up. And you let that water drain out of your washing.
How cool.
Yeah.
Yee doggies. And then go in the clean sink.
Yep.
Not to be confused with where you wash transmissions.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
We don't wash transmissions here.
I
I wash my hands. It'd probably be cleaner if I washed transmissions.
Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. Lordy, lordy, lordy. This is a lot of poke salad.
Yeah.
I'd say if you went to the doctor and you was telling him you had an ailment and your tummy didn't feel good, he'd say, well, you need a good spring cleaning. This is a good way to get it.
Yep.
This is a good way to get it. About 2 or 3 messes of this and you are spring cleaned for good. Awesome.
I think I found that stick you saw.
Yep, that was about it. Yep. And y'all, here you go. This is, as we look at the water, you can see that there is a little bit of color to it.
But less than the other one.
Less than the last one, yes.
Yep.
Oh, a whole bunch less than the last one, yeah.
And you can feel when it starts getting clean, it'll be all squeaky.
Yeah. Yeah. So cool. So cool. Cool stuff. What you reckon our editor's going to say when he starts editing this? Because, you know, he's a bit of a city boy. You think he's going to think we've come plumb to losing our minds?
That Tim, he may not know what poke salad is.
I don't know.
Well, he's got that little newborn
He
baby. We need to be
does.
teaching that baby about poke salad.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's looking like we're making some progress here. Yay. Yay. Now, have you ever tasted this stuff not cooked? You said your friend did and they didn't like it at all.
It's not friendly if it ain't cooked.
Yeah, okay.
It's not friendly if it ain't cooked right.
Uh-oh.
I've been around people before and they say, I made some poke salad, and I go, you didn't. Surely you didn't.
Yeah. Now, can we tell a little bit about your brother Winston cooking the best you ever had?
Yep.
Tell me about that.
I was coming in one evening right over there on that hill, come right through there with the school bus, end of the route. And my old brother was staying over there in a little trailer. And he had him one of them Coleman little oven things. And I felt sorry for him. He come over and met me at the bus, and he said, he was talking to me, and he said, you may not want to eat it. He said, you probably think it's nasty, but I made some poke salad if you want some. And I said, I'll eat it. And he had made it on that little Coleman oven down there in his little trailer thing.
Yeah.
And that right there was the best poke salad I ever ate in my life.
What about that?
And better than anybody.
Your
Mom
mama's?
included, anybody.
Oh,
It
my.
beat all. He knew how to cook it.
Wow.
And he loved poke salad too. Winston Sanford was his name. It was the best poke salad right then. I ate every bit of it. I said, you gonna be all right if I eat every bit of this? Yeah, I ate it, he said.
Oh, how sweet.
I ate all of his poke salad. I did. Never forget it. It was right there, just right around the corner here.
Wow, sweet memories. You know, that's what we're doing. We're trying to share memories of our childhood and the women and the men who taught us about cooking. And there's a whole lot that we can go to about cooking when the guys took over the kitchens, because there's some pretty great cooks out there, and they're not all women.
I don't claim to be a cook. I'm not a cook.
But I heard tell.
But I can make you poke salad.
Yes, you can, and I'm excited about it. Well, here you go. I'm going to show that water one time. There you are. It's getting better every time, y'all.
Yep,
And that's
it
just the
is.
green discoloration from the leaves. So there you go. And that might tell folks when the Indians were looking for dye to color things, to even color their pottery, they would go to the plants to create the colors. Yeah, whether it be the poke salad berries, which were the deep, deep purple, or the green. You know, that's what you use when you were doing pottery. You created your own color.
It's getting close now, folks.
It's getting real close. It's getting real close.
Coming around. It's the first time I've ever done any outside like this, but I do like it. I like it outside.
Can you pull it up there on your spatula so we can show people the up close color?
It's still got.
It's getting there. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at how that color has changed. Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's good stuff right
That
there.
is looking cool. And what'd you call it yesterday? Something gold?
The green, gold, and glorious plant that grows in the wild.
There you go.
And it's not what you're thinking.
That's right. That's right. That is so cool. Look at that. That is crazy. And I'd say by the time this is finished, that will yield 4 to 5 quarts.
I think you're wrong. Let's see.
You think it's 6? You think it's 6? Okay, I'm betting
think
4 to
it's-
5. 4 to 5 quarts. You're saying about 6?
Maybe 6 or well, I don't know.
Well,
It's hard to
see.
see. It ain't through cooking yet.
Well, you know, I'm the one that's produced 4 cookbooks, but I've
Yeah.
never been good at measuring. I don't measure a thing I cook, so.
I know the words to 1,000 songs.
But you don't know what you have for lunch?
Okay, folks, I'm getting a little tired now. Mr. Ellijay is tiring just a little bit. Okay, been picking a lot of poke salad today. And there goes my, okay, it's just a text, never mind. And Ellijay's just a fine place. I remember it back before all this stuff was like it is nowadays. And it's good, and I know things have to change, and I know the time will come when those old houses, or those new houses, the ones we have now, will become old houses and be torn down, I know. But it's just fun. The whole thing is, what a journey, what a journey. Life has been good right here in Ellijay, and we come from one extreme, I did, to another. Okay. And, you know, it's just cool. I remember way back in the day, the hot rod cars, the stuff, and the motorcycles, and all the crazy stuff going on. And there was music then. I wasn't Mr. Ellijay, but I was playing songs, and everybody, I'd have a guitar at the gathering, and we'd all sit around and play. I got one memory here I want to share with you. There used to be an old character here in town. His name was Dwayne Carroll. Okay, had a beautiful old 50 Chevrolet, and we loved it. A good friend of mine's got it now up there, and he's taking care of it too. He's taking care of it real good. And right over here, if you'll pan over there to that building, right there, and then come back around, you see the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
That used to be, if you'll listen real close, when you come back around here, if you listen real close to a song called Baby Blue, the old wooden bridge I fished from is replaced with man-made stone. That was it, folks. That's it right there. And we'd play around here. I had a cousin one time, and I swear, it had big iron beams that went way up in the air. If he didn't climb those iron beams, and he walked, stood up like a Georgia pine and walked the top of the thing, I thought any second he's gonna hit the ground, but he didn't. And he was a character, that fellow. He's still with us too, old Johnny Davis, my favorite cousin. And Dwayne Carroll was a guy, he was all of our hero. He was our hero, everybody was. He was all of us' hero. And he worked that building that we just showed you. Dwayne was a real good mechanic, and he worked at this building. It was Andy Morgan's garage, okay? They did repairs on everything, all kinds of farm equipment, trucks, cars, and they were good welders there, and Dwayne was a good welder, and he worked there, okay? And we would hang out all day and wishing Dwayne wasn't at work so he could come and hang out with us. He was older than the rest of us, but he'd show us stuff all the time. He'd teach us stuff. We'd help him work on his 50 Chevrolet. And I remember one evening, Dwayne got off work right there at 5 o'clock. And he had a Honda 305 Scrambler motorcycle. We thought he was the stuff. You know, I was about 14. I guess Dwayne was, I don't know, he's probably 22 or so, like that, maybe more. But he got off work there one evening, and he jumped on that Scrambler, and he took off right there. Now, this is the old bridge, okay? The old bridge was there then. He took off across that bridge, and I don't know what happened. Dwayne was an excellent driver and a motorcyclist, but something went wrong. It had base boards on it that were horizontal, and then it had these running boards that was out through there, we'll say vertically, I guess, the way you look at it. I don't know if he got his motorcycle tire off of one of those running boards. I don't know what happened, but he was getting on it pretty good too. Well, it got away from him, and he went down on that bridge right there. Dwayne did. He was skint all over and beat up. And I don't think it broke any bones. Best I remember, I don't really know. It may have, but he had a bad accident right there on that bridge that used to be the old wooden bridge I fished from. And that's all a big myth. I've never been fishing. But it was a wooden bridge, and it's now replaced with this man-made stone one over here. And That was Andy Morgan's garage, and old Dwayne, I remember the day he had that bad motorcycle accident right there on that bridge. And we were all thinking, Lord help us, he could have gone off the bridge. He could have run off because it just had little rails out through there, you know. It wasn't them things like you got now there. And Dwayne could have fallen off the bridge and went down there and hit the water or something. And we remember how lucky we were feeling because he didn't do that, but he still wasn't real lucky. He was scratched all over and skint. But there's a good old memory of Ellijay. And I used to live right up the river here. When we left Pumpkin Center and came to town, we lived just right up there a little ways on the left, on the other side of the river, right by Cox Creek. Cox Creek runs into the Ellijay River just right there. Okay, we're telling you about Ellijay now. Just, I don't know, it's probably 1,000 feet from here. And Cox Creek runs into the Ellijay River, and then they all go down to just right down there, and they meet together, and they become the Coosawattee. And that is Coosawattee. It's not Coosawatti, it's the Coosawattee, okay? And then it becomes that and goes on into Cartersville. But Ellijay is a very special place. It's got 2 rivers running right through the middle of town. And late in the evening when the sun goes down, you can drive through and hear the happy sounds of the folks in Ellijay. Love the life here. I love growing up here. I had a good life right here. And it's different now, but so am I. Time has made a change in the old home place. Time has made a change in me. But we're mighty happy to still be here and get to be Mr. Ellijay. This Mr. Ellijay business is fun. You know, you get to be Mr. Ellijay. If you want to write a song, if you'd like to write a song about Ellijay, and make sure it rhymes good, make sure the storyline carries very well, and it tells the truth about how it is and how it was here in Ellijay. And then while you're at it, if you'll get in your basement and if you'll record the drums, the bass, the rhythm guitar, 3 lead guitars in that song, and if you'll get your favorite girl to come and sing harmony, it won't matter who it is. You can just use whatever girl you want to. I'll use mine, you can use yours. It don't matter. Let her sing harmony for you on that song, and then mix it and produce it yourself. We'll call you Mr. Ellijay. I know that's burning up. But it's so funny. I don't know how I wrote that song, but I bet you would have too if you could have. Anyway, it's a good little song. I'm very proud of it. And I'm very proud that it's about this cool little town. And it's gotten a lot of plays.
Old-timey ways and old-timey days. Boy, there are a lot of great memories, and I know a lot of y'all have those good memories. Don't forget to get out your video. Sit and talk to those folks and learn those stories. Learn how to can. Learn how to put up that poke salad. Learn how many times you got to wash it. Just learn from the old-timey ways, because one day they're all going to be gone. And we're going to be walking in a store and buying what we can find. And if the grocery prices keep going up, we ain't going to buy much of nothing. It's gone crazy. You might consider having a garden this year, folks. So I'm glad we got to share the inspirations with y'all. I'm glad we got to go back in time. I'm glad we got to save the memories of so many families and so many pictures, generation after generation. Those generations will all be gone one day. So capture the moment, capture the memories, and today pick up the phone and call somebody that you haven't talked to in a while and be a blessing to them. It is poke salad time, so if you're wandering around, get out, take you a knife and look and find and cook clean, and then cook you some poke salad, throw you some eggs in it. And I cannot imagine cooking it on a Coleman stove and it being the best in the world, but I heard tell that it was, so I don't know about that. It's interesting how everybody has a different idea, but you always cook it with eggs and you cook it down, and it takes a while. It took a while and it turned dark green and it totally changed the way it looked, but try you some poke salad. I'll be back tomorrow, and again, the garden club is working on the botanical garden, and we're going to share that with y'all tomorrow. I'll see you again soon on ETC.